Hello friends, welcome to the MOOCs on Entrepreneurship Development. We are into the module number 3, which is on opportunity sensing and scanning of the environment. And this is the last video, the video number 3 in this specific module. And this we will discuss basically the idea generation, how to generate an idea and how to identify a product. And secondly, we will go for the opportunity identification through the SWOT analysis. So, the first is the idea generation. Well, there are a number of ways of idea generation. Some of these are as follows, like first is solving people's problems. So, how we do that? Like for example, listening to a housewife's wishing for a water filter, having a tap to give direct supply of filtered water gave a business idea for a new water filter, with a tap attached to the water filter. The second could be like combining two or more ideas, like selling different items in one shop presented the new idea of a departmental store. Initially we used to have separate shops, but now we talk of combining and putting in the same, let us say, shop. And now we have the malls basically, in which there is in the entire one structure we have, you can almost purchase anything. Then new ways of doing old things, like instead of selling pizza in a bakery shop, the sale through the mobile vans at different locations give a new idea for an old project. So, now we have the delivery vans, you can just order the pizza and the pizza will be delivered right at your doorsteps. Further, there are different ways of idea generation, like improving the product or the service. So, an example like milk, which is usually supplied in the bottles, when packed in the sachets or the Tetra packs, was seen as a new idea when it came for the very first time. Then extending somebody else's successful idea to other settings, like the successful introduction of a new product or a service gives ideas for repeating to catch growing market in different other places. Like for example, the electric mosquito repellents in most of the developing countries. So, it was made somewhere and then it went to different countries as a new product. Next is adding new value to an old product. So, for example, the ballpoint pens used for writing to have printed name of the customer may be a new idea for its use as the publicity material. So, you have a pen which is sort of a customized because your name is written on that pen, or like a diary basically with your name printed on the diary. Next is doing market research, where determining the demand supply gap through the market research gives new idea for new products and the services. You can look into the market, see the market research gap, what are the products, so what is the demand, what is the supply, and when there is a gap, you can look for a specific product to fulfill that gap. Next is use of a hobby. So, hobby of collecting flowers may give rise to a business idea of dried flower art objects. Similarly, next is building up the skills. So, skills very often give ideas of skill based enterprises, like dancing skills can be used for starting a dancing school. Then turning waste materials into something useful. So, availability of the waste paper gives the idea of an enterprise making paper products. Then we have the bringing ideas home from the holidays or the visits. So, difficulties faced in arranging accommodation during the holidays or the visits may give rise to an idea of starting a travel agency or providing these facilities. So, if you suffer a problem somewhere, so that problem could be an opportunity for you as an entrepreneur. Next is the brainstorming, and this is a group of persons, they sit together and generate as many business ideas as possible. One idea leads to another. In fact, ideas that appear to be crazy may prove future boom. Then checking the published list. So, several publications they list down the business opportunities. So, scanning such list gives lot of business ideas. Then talking and listening to the people. So, by being a keen listener, one can find out what people need or what new suggestions they have for setting up a new business venture. Then daydreaming and fantasizing. This may sound very funny, but can be very useful for generating business ideas. Variety of video games are an example. Then thinking of product use with change in the size and shape. Well, take the case of a plastic paperweight. Reduction in this size gives an idea of a dice, a very small dice. It is like a paperweight, but it is like a dice. And whereas an increase in this size may lead to this idea of a plastic stool. Next is the commercializing the inventions. So, inventions in the laboratories may give ideas for their commercialization also. Then we have the yellow pages directory. The yellow pages directory often describes the products and the services. This may also help in generating ideas of repeating or evolving substitutes for these items in different locations or combining many of them under one venture. Then changing fashion and the lifestyles. So, changes in the fashion require new products and services like the short hairstyle of the ladies, they led to the need for more ladies haircut salons. Then we can talk of the cluster of businesses. So, certain areas are famous for industry or the business clusters. More business ideas can be used due to the availability of their skills and the customers in those clusters areas basically. Next is the multiple uses. Certain uses are conveniently combined, giving ideas for new products like for example, the nail cutter with a bottle opener in a key ring. Now, let us go to the next, which is the product identification. The choice of the product should be consistent with your own personal interest, your objectives and your capabilities. So, there are three considerations. The first is it should fit you, your personality basically. So, the opportunity should be personal, it must utilize your abilities, your trainings, your inclinations. So, ask yourself, what products and the processes do I know most about, and what are the things that I always wanted to do. So, can I make some business out of that? Second is the access. Sometimes it is a matter of licensing, then the financing or the technology. Sometimes you want to do something, but maybe you need to have a license for getting that. The third is the potential. Business must offer the prospect of a rapid growth and high return on the invested capital. That is very important. It may be very good, let us say nowadays, but in future it should also give a lot of returns. So, do the following self analysis. First is, can I produce it? Second, can I sell it? And then most importantly, can I make a profit out of that? So, there will be a opportunity identification through the SWOT. You know the SWOT, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. So, we will so what exactly is a SWOT? The strengths could be like your experience and the expertise in a certain area of your proposed business could be a strength for you. The financial position, suppose you are very rich, you have a lot of money at your disposal, it could be a strength for you in terms of setting up a business. You have good contacts, you have a lot of networking with the people in the similar industry, that can be very good source of strength. Then your capital raising capacity, the way you can raise the money for your business. If you are very good at it, it is a major strength. The ability to strike the collaborations, that is again a very big strength. So, these are all basically the strengths. What could be the weaknesses? Like new unfamiliar technologies. Maybe a new technology has come and you are not very tech savvy, let us say. So, it could be a weakness for you. Inability to raise huge investments. So, sometimes some people are not able to attract the investment from other people or from the banks. It could be a weakness for you. A lack of experience. So, maybe it is a very promising business area, but you do not have the experience of that specific business. So, it is again a weakness for you. A lack of availability of trained personnel. So, sometimes you do not get the skilled manpower for that area. So, that could be again a weakness. Then the lack of economies of scale. Sometimes you can do that business, but you cannot scale it up. So, that again could be a weakness. What could be the opportunities? Like the emergence of the new technologies. Many new technologies are coming, almost on a daily basis. So, that is a very big opportunities nowadays. New products with new market. Special financing schemes could be a opportunity. Government's incentives for a certain area, you can tap it as an opportunity, and rapid growth in the market. If we talk of the threats, then the competition, including the foreign competition, like we used to have this a very cheap products coming from China. It was a major threat. Then the poor state of economy, maybe the country's economy is not in very good condition. So, it could be a threat for any country. Then frequent changes in the technology. So, sometimes if you see this the IT sector, basically the technology changes every 2 to 3 years. It could prove to be a problem in some of the cases. Then frequent change in the people's habits, that again could be a threat for your business. So, this is that matrix of your SWOT and the opportunities. So, you see first if you see the strengths, you can have the strengths, the weaknesses, opportunities and the threats. So, the first quadrant is the SO, that means the strengths and the opportunities. So, use strengths to take advantage of the opportunities, and in the case of weaknesses, so overcome the weaknesses to take advantage of the opportunity. If there is a threat, then you can see use the threats, use your strengths to avoid the threats, and minimize the weaknesses to avoid the threats. So, I think that is all for this. With this we are concluding this module number 3, and thank you so much.